Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever and wherever you are watching. How is everyone doing today? How was your weekend? Just give me a moment while I finish this Instagram post. Just letting people know that I am live. And let's put one more hashtag. There we go. All set. First one in the house. Full Mickey Latte is here. She says, hey, y'all. And also, good and yours. So far, so good. Tony Man says, what's up, Lady Shasha Foe, and when Chris gets here. I got to hit done on that. Yeah, before getting online, I was just listening to someone read what's happening on Twitter. It looks like Nicki Minaj is beefing with all the rap girlies. She seems to be going through a midlife crisis of some sort. I don't know. Let me get set up here to talk about 90 Day. Oh, my hair is wrapped up because I have it rolled up because I'm going to do a cosplay review on my other channel later. So maybe at the end of this show, I'll take this down and see what it's looking like. Hopefully it rolled up well. So let me pull up. We'll close this out and close that. There we go. I'm starting to see now why people have the Foaming Latte says, when is she not? Exactly. But now it's like with everyone. Like she is beefing with, let me see if I can remember everyone that she's beefing with. Let's see. It's Lotto, Coi Leray, Megan Thee Stallion, Garcelle Bouvet, who's on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Who else? I lost track. There was a couple other people in there that she's beefing with, but I can't remember everybody's name. I guess she just did like a whole um, uh, Queen Radio episode where she just was going off on everyone. Tommy says, I thought you were cosplaying as Shaeeda. You cannot cosplay as someone's religion. That would be hella problematic. Yeah. And for Muslim women, covering, wearing hijabs is very, well, some Muslim women, not every Muslim woman covers. That's a very personal choice. So there are some women who are Muslim that don't cover, and there's some women who are Muslim that do cover. I would never disrespect someone's faith that way. Fo says she just did a song chorus. Yeah, she did. she did do a song chorus and turn around. She is a backstabber. I don't think she doesn't like women. Period. I don't know why people think Nicki Minaj likes women. She doesn't like women. And I was just saying earlier, a perfect example of how she's problematic is that she's never worked with Missy Elliott. And Missy Elliott is one of the nicest people in the industry. She works with everybody, like really, really does. And for Missy not to mess with you, that tells me something's wrong with you. But I'm getting off topic. We could circle back around to this towards to the end of the program. Oh, Tony Man says, I know 3 more. She's beefing with 1 who 2 gives 3 AF. Sorry, I was being insensitive. No, that's funny. Actually, I think that's funny. Also, so anyone that's new here, if this is your first time joining, welcome. And don't be bashful. This is a conversation. So feel free to chime in if you feel so inclined. Just as long as you keep it like you can be snarky, but in a respectful way. Like you see how I just read Tony Man's comment. It was very snarky, but it wasn't necessarily disrespectful. When I say disrespectful, don't disrespect anybody's culture, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, all that. We don't play that on this channel. But feel free to disrespect their personality, their life choices, and the crap that they say on 90 Day Fiance, because that's what we do here. We're going to talk crap about the show within reason. Chris says, hey, Shasha, happy birthday. Hello, Faux Minky Latte and Tony Man. Thank you so much, Chris. Yes, today actually is my official birthday, even though I did celebrate it on Saturday because nobody wants to go to a birthday party on a Monday. All right, let me share my screen so we can get into this. Share screen and also pull up my notes. I took a lot of notes this time. A lot happened. Okay, we'll do. And then let me change the speed on this. I'm going to speed it up just a tad because, you know, YouTube. All right. So let's pull up my Happily Ever After. Oh, and I made a note that I'm not talking about Ed and Liz. I'm going to read directly what I wrote. Because 1, he's an abusive a-hole, and she's a clout chaser who watched how Rose was treated. And we also heard the audio phone call of how he treats her. And 2, they shouldn't be on 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After since neither one of them are on a K1 visa. So moving on, let's get started with Kim and Usman. And Kim, I'm going to play a little bit, is her son is getting ready to drop her off at the airport. And this is a little bit what they were talking about.
45-hour flight ahead of me. I am so excited because I know when I step off that plane, I'm going to see my boyfriend Usman, a.k.a. Soldier Boy. This trip to Nigeria is to find out what our future holds. Because if we don't get Usman's mom's blessing, I really don't know what's going to happen with our relationship. I can't be his friend again. Either I get engaged or I'll go home heartbroken and devastated. And
I'm going to fast forward a little bit to when she is in the car with her son, annoying the hell out of him.
Like, you don't want me to get carried away, right? I want you to, like, trust me a little bit. This is the chance I'm taking, and I believe in this chance.
Usman is a lot younger, so I feel what she wants versus what he wants will end up causing some serious issues. And I know my mom plans on proposing to Soldier Boy, but we'll see how that goes.
Oh, I hate this part.
Oh, it's all good.
You want to come with me? Come with me. Come with me to meet his family.
Oh, see, my schedule.
He's like, my schedule, not likely to happen. He is trying to get rid of his mom. Like,
really fast. I don't want her to just kind of get caught up in Usman's words.
when I mean get rid of, I mean he's just like, okay, lady, go ahead and get on the plane.
I want her to be happy, but I also want her to be smart.
We all want this, but Kimberly is a super fan. If you guys notice that she only ever wears shirts with Usman's picture on it, I'm gonna fast forward to actually let me do like this so it's not as janky looking. I'll go like that until I get to the part where I want to show. Because this right here, I don't know why 90 Day insists on doing this to us. These get ready with me, but if I had to look at it, you got to look at it too. We'll go right here. Tony Man says, let me just say that everyone gives Bilal a bad rap. He was separated from his brother Dwayne, that he was inseparable. Oh, it took me a second to get that. That was a basket case reference. I was like, is Bilal doesn't have a brother? And then I thought, oh wait, that's a good one, Tony Man. If y'all have seen Basket Case, that is freaking hilarious. That's a good joke. Inseparable moved to New York City and had to live in a basket. Got jealous that he didn't look like his brother. Yes, yeah, I got it now. Foaming Latte says, I'll never get the desire to date a person in the same age range as my kid. Exactly. I just can't even see it. Like even guys that like you could look at a person and say, oh, that's a beautiful person, but they're so young you can't visually see them in that romantic way. Okay, let me hit play on this. Yeah, we didn't need that. We didn't need to see that. 90 Day Love to show that editing was weird because they showed him in front of the sink, and then he was in the shower, then he's back in front of the sink. Yeah, do better, editors. I do like this baby blue on him. That's a nice color. But I wish the hat matched it. It's a nice hat. I just don't think it goes well with that outfit. Yeah, don't need to see that either. And again, with the editing, he was fully dressed. What is wrong with these editors? Look at this. How did that happen? I rewound it too far. I'm gonna get into Jovi and Yara later. Okay. Now watch this editing. Sorry to replay this, but I have to because the editing kills me, and that's why it's hard for you to talk about this show because you don't know what you're seeing, if what you're seeing is in the correct order. Now see, he's fully dressed. He was putting his clothes on. You know, he's putting his watch on. His jewelry. Why do we jump back to him putting his drawers on? I'm just saying, editing, very, very iffy. Oh, let me, for people who didn't get Tony Man's joke, he's making a joke about a horror movie called Basket Case, where there's two brothers, one named Bilal and one named Dwayne. And Bilal they were conjoined twins, but Bilal is hideously disfigured and murderous, psychopathically murderous. And they, the premise of the movie is that because they were separated and they didn't want to be separated and wanted to remain conjoined twins, the murderous, disfigured twin goes on a murder spree. And and his name was Bilal. And that's why Tony Man's making a joke about Bilal being mad because he was separated from his brother. Okay. Because Chris says, was going to ask what Tony Man was smoking. Fomicky Light says they always show this man in the bathroom. Yeah, not just him. They love to show Big Ed in the bathroom too, and nobody wants to see that. But I think it's a holdover from the same. I'm wondering if the producers of 90 Day Fiance are also producers on My 600-Pound Life because they don't let a episode go without showing somebody in the bathroom. Tony says, we also didn't need to know that they smashed or she took it in the caboose. Thanks, TLC, for the image. Yeah. I did hear him say that in conversation. Like, stop oversharing. 90 Day editors are all out of give a darn. Okay, this part also bugged me when he was at the airport and he dropped the stuffed animals. Advance it forward. Because I can't imagine a dirtier place than an airport floor. Maybe a bus station floor.
So we need to make sure that we put things together and have a good agreement before going into it.
Yeah, that hat really is a lovely hat, but it just doesn't go with his outfit. I'm looking at it more now.
To bring out some presents like the way she always bring a day. It's been a pleasure. I'm about to see Usman. Can't wait to see him. Hello. I'm really happy.
See, all she wears is t-shirts with Usman on it. And she always says Usman, aka Soldier Boy, like everyone is supposed to just. How are you gonna stand a dude that has another dude's name? We already have a Soldier Boy.
If I don't entirely mean that. There's a lot more little details that he needs to make me understand because this is not a typical American thing.
This part right here. He dropped those stuffed animals on the floor. He's gonna pick them up and hand them to her. That was gross to me because it's an airport floor. It looks like they keep it very clean, but still, it's an airport floor. Ew.
I came out of baggage claim and Usman kissed me. Actually lowered his mask and kissed me. I was like, oh, hey, this is what we're doing at the airport. Okay.
She has a smoker's laugh. Yeah. A raccoon and something else. The thought is cute. Do I have anything else to say about them? No, that's it. That's all I have to say about them. And I can show a little bit of Jenny and Sumit. All they did was get together and make up. They apologized to each other. Oh, here goes the thunder again. I might have to change the time of these shows because it seems like I keep getting caught in the thunder. So I'll play a little teeny bit of Jenny and Sumit. I like that color yellow.
For Jenny to understand all the obligation and dynamics between Indian families and Indian culture. Families' love and support is everything. And without their love and support, it's very difficult to.
Yeah, we know you're mama's boy.
I mean, where do we go from here now? Like, what do we do now?
I mean, your dad is there, but he don't really be saying anything. Which we're seeing over and over again. All these different countries where they swear that they are patriarchal societies. Every single time, it's what mama wants. Whether it's Michael's mama, whether it's Jihoon's mama, whether it's Sumit's mama, all around the world, I'm just seeing. Oh, also, what's his name? Oh, the dude that was going out with the girl with the $800 wig. The one who was yelling in the car, Hamas, Hamas, Hamas. I forgot his name, but his mother was going off. Her neck was doing all like this underneath her hijab. I saw it.
You're going to keep being worried about your parents and getting their acceptance, and you never get their acceptance, then where does that leave me?
Yeah, so as you can see, same old, don't really care. Like, I think that it's what's crazy is Sumit's story is only entertaining when his family is there. Like, his mother is the most entertaining, and her theatrics is the most entertaining part of the Jenny and Sumit story. So when his family's not there, the two of them just on their own are not all that interesting. Tonyman says, you missed the part where... Did I play it on the screen? Did I forget to share the screen again? I bet you I just forgot to share the screen. Forget it. You missed the part where he gave her stuffed animals and she showed up with engraved bracelets with king and queen on them. Oh, yeah. I did show the stuffed animals. I mean, he tried. Fomingi Latte says, then she gets mad when she's called a fan. Exactly. She acts like a fan. You lived here long enough to know that at this time of year, the storms hit between 3 and 7 every day like clockwork. Yeah, I know. But 4:15 is just such a great time to do the show. I could try to do it later. Actually, I'm thinking about doing it earlier because some of the people that are watching from the UK, this show starts at 9:15 p.m. for them. So maybe we'll discuss that towards the end. I want to talk about Angela, Michael, and Billy. We catch up with Angela going to a um yoga class. But here's the thing. Why is she drinking soda in the yoga class? Watch this. She was drinking.
Support in your beauty. That is that six, baby. She wants a great deal, so I want her to have
Cyrus doing that little commercial
for
bumper.
the rest of her life. Liz loves with all her heart. You know, that can be dangerous. So I want to make sure that he's not going to hurt her. I want to hear it from you, like man to man, that you're willing to sacrifice for her. Um,
And we know that's Coca-Cola or Pepsi. Although it could be Dr. Pepper. Look at the American flag nails. Because Angela wants you to remember that she's an American.
Come forward. Oh God, it's only right for me. Oh God, I'm already tired. You're doing great. Rise into your feet. Stand tall. You guys need a drink? Sure. Typically, we drink water in yoga. This is my water.
She said that is her water.
I'm Angela. I'm 56 years old, and I'm from Hazelhurst, in Georgia, baby.
I do like that shirt. Let me go back. I like Angela's shirt, and I'd like the pink on her.
Sure.
Let's see if I could pause it on there.
Typically, we drink water in yoga. This is my water. Okay. I'm Angela. I'm 56.
Yeah, I think that pink looks nice on her. I would go down a shade with the blonde because it's. I mean, you could clearly see it's killing her hair. Like, I know some people are really tied to being platinum blonde, but it breaks their hair off, and then it looks like this strawness that we're seeing here. Also, I think she's naturally curly hair, and she's probably blow drying it straight. She should just go down a shade to a warmer blonde. I think that would look so much nicer on her. But I think the pink looks very pretty on her. And that's about the nicest thing I'm about to say about Angela. Tony says, Submit Mom always wants to commit harikari over her son. She's annoying AF. Yeah, she does too much. Okay, so Angela started dating this dude. I'm going to fast forward it to, let me do like this. And then we're going to fast forward it to when she's talking to her stripper from the 80s. Also, a surprise that Hazelhurst is spelled this way. Oh, shoot. I was trying to pause it on there. I'm going to try again. I missed it.
Yeah. But the biggest challenge our marriage is facing right now.
We'll try to pause it on there again. So y'all could see how Hazelhurst is spelled. I was surprised.
He hardly ever calls. And when he does call, it's only about the visa or that he needs money. I'm going to let you go. Yeah, thank you. See you later. And on top of that, he's put his Instagram up, knowing I'm against it. He even went so far.
You know, Michael's a millennial. You're not going to get him to get off of Instagram. That's just not even a feasible request. I still couldn't catch it. There it is. Look at how that's spelled. I thought it would be spelled Hazel and then Hurst, but it's Hazle Hurst. I just thought that was very interesting. A very interesting spelling. But anyways, let's get into her stripper from the 80s.
My family has sworn like he's been scamming me. You know, all the shit Michael's been doing lately, it's got me wondering, for the first time, is Michael scamming me? I just don't know. And more than ever, it makes me feel I can't trust Michael. There's that sex, baby. How are you? I'm well.
Yeah, I'm going to pause it to read a couple comments. Chris says, super conflicted about Angela and Michael. She annoys me and I feel bad that Michael stays attached to her. I would feel bad for Michael, except for he wears Trump underwear and seems to only, it's like He has a really skewed vision of what America is until it was funny when his mother was like, I don't want you to go to America and get shot. Because like his mother has a little bit more of a realistic view of America than what Michael does. He's taking, I put Michael almost in the same category as Liz. Both Liz and Michael know that they're with abusive people, and those abusive people being Ed and Angela, but they're so fixated on clout chasing that they don't care. So I would feel bad about if he was a younger guy in his 20s, but he's in his 30s. That's well past grown. He knows what he's doing. Tony says that lighting makes your face look pretty. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Fomikilata says cigarettes ain't no MF and joke. This is true. Yeah, I think that's why, because Angela's only a few years older than me, to be completely honest with y'all. But I don't smoke cigarettes. I drink, but I'm not like a heavy drinker, because that does dehydrate your body if you're drinking a whole lot of alcohol. And if you're wondering how old I am, I think I said on Friday, I'm 5 years older than what Danny Glover was when he said he was too old for this shit in Lethal Weapon. And I'm 6 years older than Wilford Brimley when he starred in The Thing. All right, back to this.
You know I'm not used to compliments. It makes me uncomfortable. So what are you doing? Well, actually, I took my first yoga class today. You inspired me. No. Really? Yeah. Watching your TikToks and how you're in such good shape. Are we going to be doing some TikToks? Absolutely. Oh my God, yes. You are just so good. Billy's a man of many trades. He's from Canada and he's a painter. All right, let me try. I emailed Billy for a painting that I wanted to have made for Michael, and we befriended each other and started dancing together on TikTok.
This is we started dancing together on TikTok.
But Billy is not your typical dancer. He used to be in the 80s.
Oh, sorry, my internet is buffering. Which is interesting because I saw on Twitter a bunch of people tweeting about how their internet was acting up in Florida. It was a bunch of people in Florida saying what's going on with the internet in Florida. All right, I'm just going to pause this since it's buffering. Let me read this. Tony says Angela looks like she fell out of the old tree and hit every branch. Yeah, I'm telling you, smoking will do that. Smoking will dry you up so fast. Do not smoke cigarettes. And then also, it doesn't seem that she hydrates using water, like internally hydrating using water, because she said that soda is her water. So these are lifestyle things that will prematurely age you. And not just how you look, it will age your organs internally. All right, let's see if it works again.
A male stripper, and his title was The Original Thief of Hearts. And boy, does he still have the moves and the looks.
I'm going to call that the Angela Wiggle. Now, if Michael did this, she would be having a fit. She's mad that he has an Instagram and likes women's pictures on it. That's her big beef with him having Instagram. Oh, he's liking pictures. You're talking to a stripper. Do you not see that this is so hypocritical? Let me see. What else did I want to talk about? We'll talk a little bit about Jovi and Yara. And it'll be very interesting to watch their story progress because of what's happening in Ukraine and Yara being Ukrainian. So let's see. When they went and got on a boat. They want to go and talk to Jovi's mother because they want her to babysit more, but she lives 3 hours away. Nobody's driving through. And the thing is, Yara, you wanted to move 3 hours away from his mother. She lived fairly close to you, but you moved 3 hours away. They're not going to drive. The mom is not going to drive 3 hours to come babysit your baby. Chris says he can't have social media, and she's out here talking about running out of cash to stick in this dude's thong. Yes. Yeah. The audacity. Tony Man says, I said that Angela looks like an old lady version of Honey Boo Boo. Let's get to the bad seed. Okay, who's the bad seed? I'm gonna play this about the
Hey, Butchka.
What's that movie?
Titanic?
Yeah.
Titanic sunk. It's the bottom of the ocean.
Also, did y'all notice when you watch this that the baby has on leather pants? I don't even know where you find infant leather pants.
Jovi gets very angry, telling me that
I'll see if I can pause it.
I thought we had a really good relationship, and for her to kind of just keep telling Jovi, "Your mom's not doing enough," that hurts me because I really thought she could pick up.
And that's another thing about New Orleans. They have your alcohol beverages everywhere, even on this boat. Jovi went and got some alcohol beverages because that's what they do in any tourist area of or any attraction in New Orleans. There's going to be drinks served. I don't know if you can see the baby's pants, but the baby has on black leather pants.
Cheers, guys.
Since then, it's been really.
Yeah, and I'm just like, where do you get baby black leather pants? You see them?
It's hurtful.
Where do you get baby black leather? Hold on, I'm about to see something.
Really like to discuss what happened. I think we really need to talk about it and fix it.
I'm gonna Google black leather
Something we need to talk about. I think
pants for babies.
Like, you really yelled at me. What did I do to deserve that? Tell me.
I love his mother's accent.
I was getting a lot of pressure from Yara. The last time I went to work, you didn't see her the whole time I was gone.
Apparently, the answer is AliExpress and Shein.
You understand that she really needs your help.
For me, I never thought I let y'all down. I love being a grandma, but I'm nobody's nanny.
Exactly, nobody's nanny. AliExpress and Shein sell toddler and baby leather pants. Did not know it because I've never thought of putting leather pants on a baby. Etsy too. There's an Etsy seller. Walmart also has leather pants for babies. I did not know this was a thing. Now I know. We learn something every day. That is wild. Fomikilati says she can't control the stripper and he's a different ethnicity. Yes. And he's a different age. That's a more growner man than what Michael is. Even in his big age in his 30s, Michael still doesn't. There's times where he doesn't seem to function like he's a man in his 30s. He functions like he's a man in his early 20s, like barely, out of puberty. So, yeah, but I see what you're talking about, Fomikilati. If you know, you know. Tony Man says, wow, you forgot the reference already. I didn't like how dude was standing talking to his mom. That's a way an abusive person does to try to throw their weight around and assert dominance. So you're talking about how Jovi talks to his mother? Is that who you're speaking of? And you're calling Jovi the bad seed? We did hear from Yara that Jovi did have an argument with his mother, but I didn't see the argument.
Nanny, I'm not gonna stay in your house.
And I completely understand that. And I do feel bad because I did let out a lot of my anger on you. I am sorry. I should have never taken out all my anger on you.
Look, so I am figuring out culture. I guess me being growing up in the place when grandmas, they always take the kids. And it's my mistake that I was thinking like that. This is when she's the best mother-in-law, but she different grandmother than I expect her to be. She's okay to go to the restaurant, see the baby, play for a little while, and leave and go home.
Mm-hmm.
When in Ukraine, my mom is as a grandmother too. Every single day we'll go home, the kids, we'll go with them somewhere. My mom, I wanted to push her out from my house where she leave my child away. I probably just expect Mrs. wouldn't be the same like my mom, which was not smart for myself because all the people are different.
I don't know what Ukrainian grandmas do. Maybe you and I should have had that discussion.
I want her to feel comfortable calling you and you to do the same thing from your side and saying, hey, I'm free today or this week.
I understand.
Even in the United States, I could see the difference. Oh, I just played that whole scene and didn't even have to. Why don't y'all tell me when I don't I didn't put it back on the screen? I played that whole scene and that's okay. I won't play it again. Y'all, I'm sure y'all heard it. But I was going to say, even within the United States, grandmas are different because I just the difference between my maternal grandmother and my paternal grandmother. My maternal grandmother is more of the, yeah, I will take care of the kids for the whole summer. They'll come to my house after school every day. That type of grandmother. Whereas my paternal grandmother, my father's mother, is more like, I'll see you at Christmas time. You'll get a gift from me. But I'm on a cruise. I'm on vacation here. I'm retired. I'm living my best life. I'll see you when I see you. I love both grandmothers, but there's different types of grandmothers. Um, okay, read that one. Tony Man says Bilal is the bad seed and Jovi is the a-hole. They're both a-holes, but I think Bilal is way bigger a-hole than Jovi. I think Jovi is um more only child than anything because I believe Jovi's an only child. And sometimes people who are only children have difficulty compromising, sharing, because they haven't had to do it their whole life. Whereas people who have grown up with siblings, you learn how to share, you learn how to compromise, you learn how to do conflict resolution, hopefully. Because I mean, maybe you don't learn to do conflict resolution and your family's just as toxic as hell, which I have witnessed. I've witnessed I've seen that happen. It seems like it's worse the more children there are. Like just from observation, people that I've seen that have 6 and 7 brothers and sisters, there's always someone not talking to somebody else. Whereas if it's just the two of you or just the three of you as siblings, you tend to get along a little bit better. I don't know. Just a theory. I have no empirical data to back that up. Just my own anecdotal observation. That's what I'm going to call it. But yeah, the only other thing that happened with this is that Jovi's mother. Well, let me see if I can play that part here. Jovi's mother mentioned what's going on in Ukraine.
Okay, so we're on the same page and we can move forward in the right direction from here.
Yes, because I don't want no tension.
Okay, I don't either.
I love her accent. I don't want no tension.
I just really want to move on from this fight with Mrs. Wing because I really need Mrs. Wing help to move it forward, especially when Joey will go back to work, and I just really miss my friend.
So Yara, how's your mom? How's your family?
My mom is good. She's good. She was supposed to come here, but her visa interview got cancelled, and since she cannot come here, I want to go back a little bit.
In Europe.
Yeah. It's been really almost 3 years. 3 years, it's a long time.
You want to go back for a while?
I don't know for how long. We'll see that. I just miss my family and I just can't wait already to see them. It's really been a long time. I just miss my culture. I want to see all that stuff.
Yeah, that's understandable. Missing your culture.
I just don't think it's a good time to go to that area. It's almost at war. I think it's terrible, terrible timing. There's just no
And that lets you know when this was filmed, how many months ago this was filmed.
Political situation.
Okay, you don't need to be scared from everything. That's not about how everything sounds. My mom living in Czech Republic.
We'll figure it out. She needs to see her family.
No,
She can't
but
just
it
stay.
is a big deal. If they do go over there.
I remember a lot of people felt like it wasn't a big deal and that, Russia wasn't about to bust a grape. And look where we are now. You never know. Hopefully everything's okay with her parents and her family over there because nobody, wants to have to deal with their family being in danger. That's kind of that kind of sucks. The only other thing we got from them is that Yara did get good news that she got her green card interview. And I saw somebody had written something on Twitter. I might have retweeted it, so I might show it at the end of this. If hopefully I retweeted it, saying that in 2 years' time, Yara and Jovi have gotten married, had a baby, moved house one time, and now she's getting her green card interview. And Michael still has not been able to be brought over here with to Angela. But that has a lot to do with the countries that, when Trump was in office, put on a list that makes it harder for people to migrate. And if I recall correctly, Nigeria was one of those countries. Now let's get to Shaeeda and bitch ass Bilal. That's what I'm always going to call him because he's a bitch ass. And like I said, I'm not talking about Ed. Now here's a crazy part. Shaeeda actually got up to make this fool breakfast in bed. Well, actually, it was more of a snack in bed. There was not really food there. Tony says, editor's note, turn up the volume on the video players because it's too low. We can hear, but it's a bit low. Okay, my bad. Thanks for letting me know. I'm turning it up. There we go. And as always, Shaeeda, beautiful. Like, she has a way with a makeup brush that accentuates her features. And I think that's really, really nice.
I don't see myself as doing anything wrong. What you want to me? If I got to lose, a catastrophe. The best black and blue.
And now I'm noticing that some of the edits are not from the show, but from the uploader. So maybe that first edit with Usman was from the uploader on here and not from. Although that I have seen TLC do some weird edits.
Because he didn't like how I acted. He felt like I should have handled that situation differently. And he still will not talk to me. So I'm trying to see if I could make him something so that I could break the ice.
Of me?
I don't care how many sticky notes you put in that Quran, you're still a demon. Learn how to exercise yourself.
Thank you.
He didn't even look her in the face when he mumbled a thank you and could be bothered with looking at her. That right there is disrespectful to me.
Office is closed today. Last night the car ride was silent because I didn't have much to say. Peace has been thrown out the door. The worst case scenario was what happened.
A mess. Shaeeda coming to him with the apology hurts my heart. He should be the one checking his wife. Exactly. She shouldn't be trying to make up with him. He should be trying to make up with her. And he also needs to be trying to get larger shirts. I'm sick of him wearing extra mediums that are too small. Back to this.
Yep.
We need to talk about what happened.
Here's the thing, Shai. You are my wife. But I'll expect best from you. You really disappointed me yesterday.
She disappointed you. Not the woman standing over the table talking about she gonna bring out the Southeast Diego. I'm trying so hard not to curse. I'm trying not to curse. But he needs to be talking to, even in the moment, the fact that he sat there and didn't attempt to calm the two ladies down. Also, even where he sat. I think it was it might have been, I was watching someone. I want to say it was Auntie's advice that said that when they were at the T spot, the two women should have been opposite each other and Bilal should have been sitting in the middle instead of Shaeeda sitting in the middle. And I agree with that because he didn't even attempt to mediate. Tony says, seeing this relationship play out gives me an uncomfortable feeling. I don't like watching him. Yes, because we're watching someone being broken down day by day by day through manipulation, through browbeating, gaslighting, just, I would call it psychological abuse. This man is psychologically and emotionally abusive.
She said that like you didn't get a chance to speak. Like you came with force.
She came with force. She's the one that was sitting there with the teacup trying to keep her hands from shaking. Came with force. See, he couldn't play with me like that. He could not play with me like that. Because we would be arguing and he'd probably say, and this is why I don't like American women. Yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't like Jamaican ones either, because no. And maybe that's my problem. I got too much Jamaican in me, but I also have a whole lot of, I always have a whole lot of Louisiana in me, and you don't want to mess with some women from Louisiana. I'm telling you that right now.
Very disappointed you, but at the same time, you have to understand when she came into my house, she didn't give me a chance to speak. Okay?
But I'm trying to get you to understand about the situation because it has nothing to do with her per se. Because if it's not her today, it'll be somebody else tomorrow, somebody else next week. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that you cannot let other people dictate your behavior.
Except for me, I get to dictate your behavior because I'm Bilal. I want to flip him to bird so bad, but I don't know if that would violate YouTube terms of service or whatever. But he makes you get me. Foaming Latte says, I don't understand how people didn't think Russia wouldn't invade Ukraine when they've done it before a few years ago. Bilal values his ex-wife. I literally put this on Do Not Disturb, and it's still chiming. What the hell is that about? It must be one app that I'm not, I need to go in and do something about. My apologies. Bilal values his ex-wife more. He treats Shaeeda like his personal Instagram marriage window dressing. Yes. I think he's afraid of his ex-wife, honestly. I think he's literally afraid of Shaeeda because he won't ever say nothing to Shaeeda. Tony says, I love that I'm not aggressive. Don't bring out the San Diego in me. That's an aggressive threat. Yeah. Shaeeda. Shaeeda. These names. Shaeeda really, really, really did not prove that she was not an aggressive person. Fomikilati says, one day she'll wake up. I hope it's sooner rather than later. Because the thing is with Shaeeda, you are getting close to 40 years old, and it seems like you would have more. I feel like you would carry yourself with more respect for yourself than to let this man treat you this way at that age. Like, this would make sense if you were 23, 24, and you didn't have a lot of life experience. But how do you get to be, closing in on 40 and you still aren't seeing things for what they are? I don't understand. So, and I hate to give Bilal any goddamn points because Bilal did say that he felt you were immature. But I think that's the reason why he wanted to marry you, is because you're immature and because he can play these games with you that he can't play with women who are mature. Bilal can't play these games with women who have a mature mind. Not at all.
Feeling like all the fingers are pointing this way? Yes, I should want peace. But at the same time, everyone has their limit. Even the most righteous man would stand here, slapping your face, stinging at the cheek, slapping your face. How many times can you do that? So all I'm saying is, okay, no one slaps in my face, I'm going to draw the line. You don't understand something new. I'm dealing with the bully.
You focus on a million and one things that are negative. It's not all negative. I wouldn't have married her if she was that way.
You have to stand up for me sometimes, I'm your wife. You have to know what side you want, to be quite honest.
You know how important to have peace. Don't let anybody or anything take you away from who you're supposed to be.
The way I would flip that tray up in his goddamn face with the hot tea on it and all.
A dignified Muslima.
I'm trying to rectify the situation so that you and I can have a better relationship. This is hard because I don't see myself as doing anything wrong.
What is this point right here? Is this blaming her or is this taking acknowledgement for yourself?
What is this point right now? Me trying to talk to you and you acting like a complete bag of dicks? Sorry. Sorry, I can't with this man. I can't.
I take full responsibility for my actions. I don't want to be her enemy.
Responsibility for what? For asking that she be more cordial to you? What actions did you do that you need to... Hold on, let me stop you right there. You're apologizing for asking for another person to respect you. Just take that in. This lady is apologizing for asking for another woman to respect her feelings. What kind of mind F is that? Let me get off this before I have... You know what? I don't have my Fitbit on. See, right now, if I had my Fitbit on, I bet you it would be beeping because my heart rate went up because I'm being irritated. I'm allowing myself to be irritated by this, and I shouldn't even be doing that. Have anything else to say on this? Oh, yeah. When she asked about the weather, I think I might have fast forwarded past that part, but she just asked, Here, I'm going to change the screen orientation. She just asks, do people still go to work in this, or do they stay home when they're storming like this, referring to a snowstorm? And he says something to the effect of, well, obviously that's why I'm working from home. Just condescending and dickheaded. You literally could have just said, because you know that she comes from a tropical climate, you could have just said, yeah, well, it's very difficult for people to drive in the snow because sometimes black ice forms, cars slide on the black ice, and it's very dangerous. So all you have to do is just explain the weather conditions. And then also talk about how, there are times where there might be low visibility because at some point she may have to drive in this, because you might go somewhere and then it starts snowing. And then what do you do, when it starts snowing? These are things that you should be helping her to prepare for and helping her to acclimate to, knowing that she has moved here from a different climate. Even within the United States, if you I remember my when I lived in Connecticut, and my grandmother's family would come and visit. They would come and visit from New Orleans, and they would come in the fall for the foliage. And my grandma would tell them, "Well, these are the clothes you need to pack because it's going to be this temperature, and it's going to be cool." And the same thing with my grandfather's family. They would come up from Florida. That a lot of times I don't think they ever came in the fall or winter time. I think they always came in the summertime. So I don't think they had to get that talk, but they still would have gotten that talk to prepare them for, like, when you come to Connecticut. And a great example of that is in college, one of my roommates was from Malawi, Africa, and she came to visit me during winter break because it just would have been cheaper to just come stay a few weeks with me during winter break than to fly all the way back to Malawi and then back to Florida after the winter break. So she came up to Connecticut, and she did not listen to me, though. I told her over and over again, you need to have a winter coat. You need to have, gloves, scarf, and a hat. Here she comes walking off the plane with a jacket. And it was like 22 degrees. But luckily, my mother told me, listen, just in case your friend, didn't listen, take this extra coat and scarf and gloves to the airport with you in case she didn't, understand. So thanks for my mother thinking of that. When we went to the airport to get her, I gave her the winter coat and the gloves and the scarf, and she was like, "I never experienced this type of cold in my life." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I was trying to tell you. I was trying to tell you that this New England cold is no joke." But she did enjoy seeing the snow. She liked seeing that a lot. Chris says, doubtful he will facilitate her getting a license. Oh, doubtful that he will facilitate her getting a license. She might escape. This is true. This is true. Yeah. Shaeeda, we are all afraid for you. We're afraid this man is going to keep you trapped in that house. I hope that you make some friends, at least down at the mosque, that might be able to help you, because I think they're more likely to help you, because if you recall, when he took you to the mosque, no one there was happy to see him. He has no friends. We've not seen him with a friend on this show yet. Not for lunch, not for just barbecuing, nothing. Not a single friend has come to talk to him. And that's a big, big, big red flag. So you go make some friends at the mosque that can possibly help you to navigate out of this situation, because I just feel so bad for you. And I don't think you even understand what you're in for. I really think that you don't. I think that your body feels it, because the way you were crying at that tell all, your body's telling you something's wrong. Your emotions, your feelings are telling you something's wrong, but your mind keeps wanting to explain it away because you want so badly for this relationship to work. And I hate that for you. I hate that you have to go through that. That kind of sucks. And I'm trying to think, why do I feel this way? Oh, well, know what? I'm here's how my mind is thinking right now. I'm thinking to myself, why am I giving Shaeeda more leeway than I give Liz with Ed? And my mind was thinking, because Ed had a whole season of showing everyone who he truly was. And like I said, the phone call and everything. And you got with him after seeing how he treated Rose. And then I thought, well, Shaeeda didn't have a whole season of seeing how Bilal was, but you being his third wife should have also clued you into something's wrong. It's not those women that are wrong. It's him. He's the common denominator, and you'll probably be his third divorce too. I'm just saying. I mean, I hate to be negative like that. I don't like to speak negatively, but like even at the tell all, when Shaeeda talked about his controlling nature and the things that he does that made her divorce him, you just kind of, you wouldn't even look at her. You wouldn't even give her the grace of understanding what she's going through until afterwards when they did the little goodbye and the tell all, and then it started. Then I think that's when it finally hit you. I think that's when it hit you, and that's why you started crying, because you know what Shaeeda's saying is true. But yeah, I don't know why. Y'all tell me in the comments, why do I empathize more with Shaeeda than I do Liz? Because they're both kind of in similar situations where they're with men that have all these red flags and everyone see these red flags. But I sympathize more with Shaeeda than with Liz. Why do I feel Liz is more clout chasey than Shaeeda? Like Shaeeda, I know why. Because Shaeeda didn't even make a YouTube channel with her yoga on it yet. It doesn't feel clout chasey. It just feels like it's like I'm watching people beat up on a person who doesn't know how to defend themselves. That's what it is. I think it's that when I see Shaeeda, how Shaeeda moves, she doesn't give me a person who knows how to defend himself. And I think that's why I feel more empathy for her, because she really, it's like, I don't know, it's like, it is like seeing someone getting bullied. Tony Man says, I'm waiting for your "we all believe in you" Tyra moment. No, that's we were all rooting for you. I think that's all I had for them. Do I have any more notes on them? I got off on a whole tangent trying to work through my thoughts. I wrote that he was a passive aggressive bitch. Yeah, that's what's in my notes. And I wrote that he browbeats her for not behaving as a proper Muslim woman, even though his ex Shaeeda was the one ranting and raving at a coffee shop. And then she still hugs him after all that nonsense. Yes, this here. I'm gonna let it play a little, just a pinch more, and then we'll get into the tweets.
Now that we are married, I am expecting Bilal to stand up for me. I also understand how important it is to form peace with the mother of his children, and I don't want it to affect our marriage. I just hope in the future Bilal can show me that he has my back and he's going to be on my side. Are we good?
Inshallah.
And he pats her. Pats her like she's a straight. That's how strangers hug you when they first meet you.
How many nicknames do you have for our sex life?
Let me pause that. That's how strangers, like when you meet a stranger or a friend of a friend and they hug you and they give you that little pat on the back. That's not a hug for people who know each other. At least that's to me. At least to me, it's not. All right, let me get out of here with that one. Put this over here and move this over here. And then we'll look at some tweets. Chris says, Liz is on some going to roll in and act like she's better than Rose mess. She's as messy as Ed. Yeah, there's just something about Liz that I can't empathize with her. Also, one last thing I will say, because even though I don't want to talk about them, Liz, that lady is not your friend, the one that Ed was taking photos of, because as you got upset and walked away crying, she continued to look at her photos on Ed's phone, camera, rather than going to see about how her friend feels. That's not your friend. Did I put this on the screen just in case I didn't? That's the message, the chat, the last chat that I was reading. All right, I'm going to share the screen again, and we'll get into these tweets. I didn't retweet a whole lot last night, mostly because I watched. This is the thing that kind of gets me a little off on the or not. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not as in sync with Twitter as I used to be, because I have Discovery Plus, so I end up watching the show earlier in the day, and then I end up not looking at the tweets until like 8 o'clock at night when it's playing on TLC. So it's it's just strange. And I'm thinking, well, what if I start watching the program? Okay, it is up there. What if I stop watching the program early in the day and try to play the Discovery Plus one at the same time everybody's watching the 8 o'clock show, but then I still won't be in sync with them. I'll be off. That's what I mean by when I say I'm off with the Twitter. But let's look at some of these tweets. White Diamond says, Angela here flirting on TV with a Canadian man while she's complaining to everyone that Michael is doing shady stuff. Help me understand this. Carrie Zombie says, Bilal seriously sitting in bed all day pouting over how Shaeeda acted last night. Is this a-hole for real? And then she has a image here that says mantrum, noun, the childish rage displayed by a grown man when he doesn't get his way. Big Mike's Bluetooth, yeah, he did used to wear Bluetooth all the time, says, oops, there we go. I can't recall there ever being a bigger douche than Bilal on 90 Day Fiance or 90 Day Happily Ever After ever. Shady Lady says, I need to scroll on this side, keep that from coming. Okay, Shady Lady says, Bilal has me all types of effed up and I'm not even married to his puss ass. Why the F? No what? I'm not even going to edit myself. I'm going to read it the way they wrote it. Bilal has me all types of fucked up and I'm not even married to his pussy ass. Why the fuck was Shaeeda in the wrong? Did he not see his ex-wife acting like a gutter rat? Shay says, as much as we want better for Shaeeda, she was witness to Bilal's narcissistic, gaslighting, emotionally abusive behavior, yet she still married him. Shaeeda don't want to be saved. With a gif of Oprah Winfrey shrugging. The reason why I'm reading what is happening in the gifs is because some people are listening at work and they're not looking at the screen. So I'm describing what's happening on the tweets. Issa N. Homer says, ugh, Bilal disgusts me. It feels like some weird servant master situation. Her serving him and him in bed being condescending. Why is he still here? Ray Sunshine says, someone tell Teresa I can't say it, Guidice. I think it's pronounced Guidice. Or the Italian pronunciation, to come flip Bilal's little bed table. This narcissistic abuser has got me lit. Emma says, why is Bilal always walking in front of her? Let's go. No comfort. No, are you okay? He even waved at her to come like a effing dog. My God, I hate him. And that's talking about last week's episode. 90 Day Beyonce says, me every time I see Bilal on my TV, and is a picture of Submit's mother saying, don't ever show your face. Suplex Kite says, Bilal is a... the way they wrote Suplex Kite was reminding me of What We Do in the Shadows, when that one character is like, New York City. But anyway, Suplex Kite says, Bilal is a toxic, manipulative, gaslighting piece of shit. Who else agrees? And there's a picture of Shaeeda smiling, and the caption says, how many times can you do that? I think that's not caption. I should say no, it is a caption because it's captioning what she said. Nico Watches TV says, Bilal isn't religious. He's manipulative, controlling, and mean. This is an abusive man, pure toxicity. Look at all these sticky notes. And not a one that says, remember not to be an asshole. I'm sorry. In this tight ass t-shirt. I hate this t-shirt so tight. Looks like I got snaps in the crotch. What the hell are you? Young ass shirt. Let me keep going. And this is my own tweet. Shut up 90 Day Fiance is on, says, Bilal only listens to respond. He never listens to understand. 3 red flags. And it's coming with a picture of Bilal with his arms crossed with the breakfast tray in front of him. And I retweeted that and said, the way it would be so hard to hold myself back from flipping that tray in his smug motherfucking face. Yeah, I think that's it for the tweets, and it goes to last week's tweets. So we will go back here. Close that out. And we'll wrap this up in just a few minutes. Tournament says, Lady Shasha with the smoke. I can't hold back anymore. You know, I usually don't even curse on this channel, but it's like this. You put Ed, Angela, and Bilal on the same show. There's going to be feelings involved. I can't help that. All right, so let's see. I should say shout out to all the tweeters. Thank you so much, because y'all really add something to this. But we'll see how this turned out on my hair. I'm gonna take this ponytail holder off. to see how this is going to work, because I'm trying this out to see whether I can just do this style with my own hair, or whether take that out, or whether I have to use a wig, because I can roller set a wig too if this doesn't work out right. Okay, so take that off. And I have these holding. Well, actually, I take that last. I don't know what you call this thing. My sister got it for me, but I don't know if you ever see people with this roller apparatus. I don't know what it's called. I got it for Christmas, I think. And you're supposed to you roll your hair with it, and you use these scrunchies to hold your hair onto it. Fominky Latte says, that check ain't worth all of that. Yes. Especially when she could be making her own money now that everyone knows who she is. Like, she has the level. I mean, it's not massive celebrity, but it's enough for you to, start like a YouTube yoga channel and then not have to deal with his crap. Like, there's other men out there. There's other Muslim men out there. Like, you don't have to deal with that. Okay. So now some people I've seen go like this and they pull it out like this, but I feel like that will mess up my hair. So I'm going to try to unroll it. My earring got caught. When your earring gets caught in your hair. This is why I don't do hair tutorials. Look at this. Look at the mess I'm making. Okay, so I pulled that out, and then I'm going to finger comb it and see what happens. See if this is a fail or not. Okay, it's supposed to be kind of, oh, you know what? I should use my pick. My pick never lets me down. Pick that out. Yeah, it was like old school Victorian style, but I'm trying to get like a late 70s, early 80s thing happening with the hair. I don't know whether it's going to work though. I wanted to do like this 80s flip. Well, I guess it's like a 70s, 80s flip. Think like a Donna Summer-ish thing. I don't think it's going to work. I feel like it's not. I mean, I don't think it worked. I think this is a fail. I think this is a fail. I tried. It's doing something. It's going to end up in a ponytail. So it looks like I'm roller setting a wig for that cosplay, because this didn't work well with my hair. Okay, so we all experienced that together. Oh yeah, Fominky Latte. I know what you meant. The curler is like a Victorian type, like they used to do rag curls, where they would roll their hair up with a rag and then tie it, or silk. They would take pieces of silk scarf to tie it in pin curls. Tony Man says, still looks good regardless. Thanks. It didn't come out the way I wanted to come out. Like, it's not horrible, but it didn't give what I wanted it to give. Chris says, my aunts used to do that with the paper bag strips. That I remember some of my older cousins used to iron their hair, like on an ironing board, just like legit, just lay their hair across like this, just take the iron and iron that out. But I'm old enough to remember getting my hair hot combed. So, all right, that's all I have for today. I'm gonna let everybody go because I just did a hair fail, and now I got to figure out what I'm about to do. I think because I got a roller set a wig, I'm gonna end up recording my cosplay video tomorrow or Wednesday, most likely Wednesday, because wigs take a while to dry. I'm not sitting a wig underneath a dryer. I will let it take the time that it needs to dry. I'm not telling you guys what the cosplay is for yet, like what movie. I want it to be a surprise, but it will be on my other channel. What did I just watch? So, oh, I should also mention that I will be on that channel again tomorrow. I usually don't live stream on Tuesdays, but tomorrow I will be live streaming. Well, know what? Yeah, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I will be live streaming well, we're having a discussion about the finale of From, which is an Epix TV show starring Harold Perrineau. I don't know if you know him, great actor, but we'll be talking about From tomorrow, and that'll be around 7:15, and I'll be back here tomorrow at 4:15 to talk about 90 Day Fiance UK. Thank you so much for chilling with me today. We had a good time. Tony Man says, "I'll take things that white people don't do for 1,000." Um, Actually, they do that. If you're talking about the hair things, white women did used to roller set their hair. This is not something that they do modern days, but when you look at those old movies and you see those ladies with the finger curls, and you see Judy Garland's hair and like the Wizard of Oz, that's a roller set. So yes, people used to roller set. Chris says, looking forward to seeing the cosplay. Thank you. I'm actually going to end up doing 2 cosplays this week. No, I'm going to do one this week and one next week. I'm stretching them out. That's too much for me. I always do that. Sometimes I set goals that are not time. What's the word I'm looking for? It's hard to manage your time to get these goals done. I don't know why I'm having a hard time expressing that. Like sometimes I'll put too many goals on the table than what can be done with the amount of allotted free time that I have. So yeah, one cosplay this week, one cosplay next week. And with that, like I said, thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Come back tomorrow, 4:15. We'll talk about 90 Day Fiance UK. And with that, I am going to get out of here. You guys have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye. Oh, I almost forgot. Hood podcast tonight, 9 p.m. Make sure I'm typing it in here. Make sure you are subscribed to Hood Podcast. We will be premiering tonight at 9 p.m. talking about all of the viral news of the international news of the strange, because every place on earth has a hood. Every country has a hood. So that's why we talk about international news of the weird. Anyways, check us out. 9 p.m. will be the premiere on Hood Podcast on that channel. So with that, I'm going to say, let me get out of here. Tony says unobtainable goals. Yes. Put that up there. So y'all can see that it's called Hood Podcast. And now I'm finally going to get out of here. Take care. Thank you.